What's up, coaches? It's Coach Ross. In this video, this is a video, if you tell by the title, it's a highlight video to give you a little background information. As you know, the COVID pandemic hit everybody hard, and here in North Carolina, it is especially hard. And it took away middle school football for the 2020 season for us in the fall, and it actually moved the high school football season to the spring. So luckily enough, I was able to still coach, and I was offered a spot on the high school coaching staff that my middle school feeds into. Oddly enough, they run the air raid as well, and as well, I know quite a few of the guys that are playing there, so I had good rapport with some of the athletes. So they brought me on to help out. And naturally, when you work with other coaches, you learn a bunch of new things that I plan on incorporating my practices, my scheme a little bit. So I learned a bunch of different things. But partway through the season, they kind of gave me the keys to the JV offense and kind of said, kind of put your little spin on it. You're kind of free to do what you want with the offense a little bit, as long as you kind of run mainly our schemes. And I was okay. That's fine with me. I don't want to step on any toes, but I appreciate giving the freedom to put my little stamp on things. So that's what I did. Unfortunately, we did with the JV. We were only able to get 2 games in because, again, COVID hit us pretty hard as well. And dealing in the spring, there was also depth issues, and that was happening all around North Carolina. So lost a few guys from JV to varsity as well. And it happens. It's no big deal. But what I wanted to show you what the point of this video is how simple ideas through the air raid offense can be transitioned from middle school to high school just as easy, and vice versa from high school to middle school. Some ideas are going to be brought back from high school back in my middle school this season, some things that I learned. So I kind of wanted to just go through this video, go through some highlights from both games, and kind of go through my thought process on some of these plays. All right, so for this first clip, as you can see here, we are actually going to be running our stick play, and our stick concept is going to be down here at the bottom of the screen, here to the boundary side of the field. But we have the rule that if quarterback sees backside open, then we are going to take the backside, and the backside outside receiver is going to run a 5-yard square in, and the inside runner receiver is going to be doing a 2-step slant. And you can see that quarterback sees this defender right here is about 8 yards off. So he sees that open grass, so he has the freedom to take that shot any chance he sees it. So this is the first play of the game for us, and first offensive snap for us. So we make a good play out of it, and again, it's a 5-yard catch, and it ends up being about say 15-yard gain. So I'm going to go ahead and play it through. And as you can see right here, he's catching the ball at about 6 yards, and he makes a good move, breaks a tackle, and he's up the field for about 15 yards. And again, that's what we're trying to take advantage of right there, is that open space. And you can see even on the bottom of the screen here, the stick route is open, as well as the swing out to the running back as well. But he saw the backside open, and he took advantage of it right away. This is a video clip of our quick screen to our slot receiver. So we're going to run this to the right. His rules are simply to take 1 step, then he's backpedaling and then moving laterally with the line of scrimmage. And once he gets that ball, he's taught to get his foot in the ground and get to the sideline. Now we're banking on this corner here to then follow the outside receiver. His rule is to move down the line, and he's supposed to be targeting the linebacker that is usually head up or just inside of our slot receiver. And so the thought process is that hopefully we can take 2 players out of the play or just move them enough to give this slot receiver enough room up the sideline and gain some yards up the sideline. And as you can see, corner does just that. He works his way, follows the receiver. Receiver makes a good block on the linebacker who's focusing on this receiver, doesn't see the block coming. And by the time the corner realizes what has happened, he's basically out of the play. It doesn't make up the ground enough before it's a big gain. You see there's the block. Corner basically at that point is out of the play. So now we have all this space to work with up the field. Just rewind it one more time just so you can see. Go in slow motion. Receiver is looking to pick off that linebacker right there. Corner follows him. By the time he realizes what's going on, he's essentially out of the play. And this receiver turns his hips and is getting us out now. Would typically like to see this receiver get a little bit more wider to make it a little bit more, to create more ground for the defenders to cover before they make contact. But he made a good play of it and got some good yardage. Example of forwards. Again, rules are very, very similar to how we do in the middle school. Again, we're looking for who's open right now. And the quarterback has that option, but he also has the freedom to take care of a matchup that he likes. And we do know, or we did feel that a matchup here on our far left side right there is a good matchup for our quarterback and receiver. He's one of our better receivers, one of our faster receivers in the game, and we essentially like his matchup with any corner out there, especially if they're going to play him press like that. But the quarterback does have the option to run and throw the 3-step hitch if it is open. So again, same rules as I teach it in middle school apply here as well, and we've had success with it. And again, I follow the same way with Lasker does. And if we see press across the board, we are then reading the safety, and we are reading from left slot, which would be our H, to our Z, to then the running back. Okay, that is only if we see press across the board, and whichever way that safety breaks will determine where the quarterback throws to which slot receiver if he likes that throw. If not, he's got his fail safe in the running back that he just swinging out there, and more than likely, all 4 defenders that are on our receivers are running with the receiver, so therefore it clears out running lanes for the running back once he gets the ball in his hands. But quarterback makes a good throw. Receiver makes a good catch. I mean, the defender, he's step for step, and the quarterback puts the ball right in there on the money. But again, we use this as part of our quick game, so you'll see the quarterback also take a 1-step drop, and he's decided on where that ball is going. He's decided pre-snap that he's throwing the ball there, even though he does have this option right here if the player decides to run the hitch. But we have a great quarterback there who makes a great throw. The receiver makes a great catch, and we score a touchdown on this play. You can see again, just great ball. Puts the ball in there where it's supposed to be. Great throw, great catch. Like I said, in my opinion, screens are huge for a middle school air raid offense. Okay, in my offense, we try and perfect the screens as much as we can. We work on them every day. And this is a screen that the high school uses, but it's very similar to how we do it in the middle school as well. A couple differences are they like to release their play side tackle guard. So in other words, what it is, it's a bubble screen to the outside receiver here. His rule is 2 steps retrace, get the ball going flat to the line of scrimmage. Then his rule is to get back out to the outside. Receiver, the slot receiver, is supposed to go flat for 5 and pick up the corner. And again, like I said, they release guard and tackle from play side. So tackle is going to release out here, get most dangerous man. Guard should be whipping around here to either pick off the safety or one of the outside linebacker or one of the inside linebackers that come in from the far side. And again, it's going to create this garbled mess here in the middle. And our receiver again is supposed to get in and get the ball and get back out towards the sideline, which he does. And he actually makes a great athletic play and uses his speed the rest of the way to score a touchdown on this. Now, the varsity, they take it a little bit of a step further and they actually play action off of this. We don't in middle school. We just kind of use the quick screen, the motion just to get the ball, the quarterback to get the ball and get it out of his hands as fast as possible. And if I rewind it back, you'll see he's taking his 2 steps for tracing. Receiver's already picking up the corner. Tackle does a good job of releasing here. He's aiming at this inside linebacker right here, this outside linebacker here. I think guard got caught up in the mess in the pass rush in the middle. But receiver makes, and his eyes are upfield right now. He can see that he knows his rule is to get back outside. He makes a good athletic move to the outside and gets upfield. For this play, this is a little bit of our run game here. Very similar to how we do things in middle school as well. We use a very similar play to this. This will actually be a fake jet with a counter attached to it. For those of you that watch my videos, you know that I have a video that I like to pair the jet sweep along with the inside zone, because I like the lateral motion, the side-to-side motion. It grabs the eyes of these defenders and gets them to move side to side, and clears actually open running lanes coming back the other way. So we like to use jet with the inside zone here. High school likes to use it with counter tray a little bit, and you will see a huge gain. Backside guard and tackle are going to be pulling around, and you will see a great motion and a great opening, and running back takes care of the rest. And it doesn't score, but it's a heck of a play, and it's a huge part of our offense in middle school as well, because heavy believer that the motion is an attention grabber, and typically middle school kids will follow along with that motion, which creates openings, whether it be in the pass game or the run game, on the backside, going away from the motion. And just rewind it back here. Again, there's the jet. One way, counter coming back the other way. And you can see how many eyes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 eyes are watching this jet, because we ran jet earlier on in the game without counter attached to it. And this kind of set it up a little bit. And coming back the other way, catches a bunch of defenders right here that were sliding along with the jet motion, caught them out of position, and going back the other way for a huge gain on the run. This next play here is a example of our outside zone play. We are actually going to run this outside zone play to the boundary. Ends up being a nice little play for us. It was actually our first offensive snap of this second game. This is the second to last game for us. We had nice little blocking setup. Defense does us a favor when they open pursuit to the outside here, leaves this area of the field wide open. So I'm just going to play it out. Unfortunately, I can't rewind back in this one, but just good blocking and good setup, stock blocking by our receivers. And it gives the running back a lot of room to operate on the down the sideline. Unfortunately, I can't rewind these clips, so we'll just have to watch them as is. That's what I'm trying to explain as best I can now. As you can see, that was a good burst up the sideline. Good job blocking, and it was a good job about the offensive line sealing to open up that hole to the outside. play is an example of the diamond formation. If you remember from some of my previous videos on my channel, I talk about this formation that we use in middle school. I brought this up into high school for a little bit. This one, we have about 5 or 6 plays we can run out of this package. Again, it's all no huddle based on signals, based on how the defense is lined up. For this play, we are running a vert or a slant. It's basically an option route for this receiver. Based on the coverage of this corner, again, we have the diamond set up to the right here, which typically will leave this receiver in isolation one-on-one with the corner, because they will just try and overcompensate for the diamond formation to this side. So we want to try and take advantage of what this corner does. And the rule is very similar to our four verts play, is if he's about 7 yards off, then this receiver is then going to run a 3-step slant. Instead of a 3-step hitch, he's going to run a 3-step slant. And we're trying to work the middle portion of this field. If this corner is up in press coverage, he's going to run an outside release vertical. Let's say on this one right here, I believe we run the slant, and he makes a very good gain. As you can see, it's 3rd and long here. So he makes a good play. I don't believe he gets the first down, though. As you can see, good little pickup. It takes advantage of the middle of the field. An example again of our diamond formation. Again, this is a different play out of our 6-play package that we can run out of this. Here we are just taking advantage of the play we like to set up. We're taking advantage of the defense overcompensating to the diamond side, and we use the quarterback in the running game for this. So it's a little bit of a quarterback draw. Because we draw the attention of the receivers. They're not paying attention to the quarterback, and we use essentially the defensive eyes against them. They're all focused on the receivers and worried about their coverages, and the quarterback is able to pick a seam and hit it up the field. Now, sometimes we are having him look and fake the screen to the diamond side first, and then he gets upfield. So it allows the defense to move a little bit more laterally to open up some more running lanes. But in this play, I believe the quarterback just saw an opening immediately and just took off and went. He made a huge play out of it. And he also, you can see from the beginning of that play that he also had guys in his face immediately too, so he didn't really have much of a chance. But he made an athletic play out of it, and it's a good little package play that we use that I brought in from middle school to use into the high school. This clip here, running an old Joe Salas favorite here. This is our slant flat combination here. We are going to run on both sides here. Quarterback can pick and choose which side they want, which side of the opening they want, or which side they feel that they had the best advantage here. Quarterback makes a good decision. I mean, if he wanted to, he could have hit the slot receiver on the flat route because he's open almost immediately. However, he waits for the slant to open up, and he makes a good little throw for a touchdown. It's a good little red zone play to use here, especially if the defense, as you can see, it seems like they're overcompensating the side, leaving out the wide side of the field open. You see the flat is just about open right now. It almost seems as if the corner jumps it first. Quarterback makes a good throw, touchdown. Enjoyed that video. Hope you can see how well certain middle school concepts can translate into the high school, as well as some of those high school concepts that I was using there too. I do plan on bringing it into the middle school realm. Minor tweaks here and there, but I hope you enjoyed some of those highlights. I hope maybe it gave you some ideas. If any coaches have any feedback or any kind of suggestions or questions, feel free to reach out. I'm always happy to take suggestions. Any kind of criticism as well, that works too. I don't mind. I'm just like the rest of you all. I'm here to learn and be a sponge and soak up some information. So I hope you enjoy that. If you did, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe if you want to see more content. This will probably be the last video that I'm going to be doing preseason, I guess you say, because I have about less than 30 days before my season gets underway. So I'm busy putting some final touches on some things. I plan on bringing videos of some examples of what we're doing in practice to give coaches ideas in season, what they can do, and definitely plan on having some content for y'all once the season is over.